my dearest subscribers. Welcome to another tutorial. If you're not part of this family yet, please subscribe to this channel. This video was inspired by Stephanie Moka and we will be recreating that top. So stay tuned for the outcome of this tutorial. I will be marking out my shoulder measurement divided by 2 on the folded pattern paper, and I'll come down from that point by 1 inch, which is for my shoulder slant, and I'm going to connect that line to the folded part of my pattern paper, which is going to serve as my neckline or the neck point. So from the point where I marked the shoulder slant, I'll come down and mark my armhole measurement divided by 2, which gives me a 7.5, and I'll make sure that that point is placed right where my shoulder measurement is too. So I'm going to connect those lines together and then extend it to the right side, because this top has no darts, so we might not need to connect it all through. So I'm just going to connect it so I can curve my armhole. So for my neckline, I'm just going to mark 3 inches at that point, and then I'm going to open up my pattern paper before I mark out the neckline that I want to mark out, or the neck shape that I want to mark. So at the baseline, I marked 2.5 inches inclusive of my sewing allowance, and then at the center line, that is the part where it was folded, I went ahead to mark how deep I want the V-neck of the wrap dress to be. You can make yours 8, 9, 10, whichever way you want it to be. So I made mine 5 inches, and I connected a straight line to the 3 inches at the neckline, and then I'm going to mark from that 5 inches. I'm going to connect it to the 3 inches at the base, which is supposed to be for my band attachment or my strips attachment, because I'm going to attach something to that side. So that's why we're using 3 inches and so I'm going to connect that line, and that is almost everything for the front piece. For the back piece, I'll be using my front piece as a template to cut out the back piece. So all I'm going to do is fold up the front piece back to how it was before, and I'm going to place this on the fresh pattern paper that I'll be using for my back piece, and I'm going to trace out the bodice because this is a wrap top. It doesn't need a zip, so there will be no zipper allowance. And the next thing I'll be doing is to cut out the neckline of the back piece, which is totally different from that of the front piece. So I'm going to use 1.5 inch or inches. I'm going to mark 1.5 inch on my neckline, that is the center back area, and then I'm going to connect it with a curve to meet the part that I notched, which is the 3 inches that I used for my neck width. And yeah, that is everything about the back piece. So now that I've traced out my back piece, I'm just going to go ahead and define my front armhole. So the reason why we define the front armhole is to avoid having chunk of fabric on your dress when you're wearing it, so that place isn't bulky. That is why we always do this to the front armhole. So guys, I just finished cutting out the pattern paper on my fabric. And here's a quick story. So I was at the markets and then I saw this fabric and I was like, geez, this is almost the same as the one Stephanie Mocha used. And this was like the whole inspiration and everything. So this video wasn't requested. It was just something I wanted to do, and I thought I'd film the process because why not? So this made it a lot more easier and more fun to do because the fabrics were so much alike, and I was like, okay, fine, I'm just going to recreate the same thing. And yeah, that's why we're making a tutorial. So everything else for joining or sewing this is pretty much easy. This is like the easiest part of this tutorial. You're just going to attach the front piece, the back piece, attach the shoulder. I'm going to hem all round, attach my strips, attach my sleeves, and yeah, I think that is everything else. But if you don't want to hem your top, you can go ahead and weave, take it to the weavers, they'll weave it, and then you just fold in the weaved edge and stitch on it, or you can just do the industrial weaving, whichever one you want to do, guys. But this is how I made mine. So this video is self-explanatory because this video is very easy, and this is a beginner's guide. Just in case you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. So this fabric I did mention earlier is kind of lighter than what I think Stephanie Mocha has. So I had to go in with my hot iron to make sure that the part that I hemmed was staying straight and it wasn't curling up, because yeah. So I'm gonna hem the ends or the base of the top, and then I'll show you the next thing. Pick one of the sides that you joined and rip open a channel for your strap or your band to pass through. So for my sleeves, I folded all the excess of the fabric, or the remaining of the fabric that I had. I folded it in 4, so I'll just cut out both the sleeves at once. So this process or this method is kind of actually a lazy method, but it's actually an easy method. So I placed my armhole or the dress on the fabric, and I marked out the length, how long I wanted it to be, adjusted it, and drafted out the armhole of the shirt on the sleeves. And yeah, I just went in with my scissors and cut it out, and yeah, we're good to go. So this process is very easy, not gonna lie. Even if it's a lazy process, you can do this as well. So guys, this is the outcome of the dress. This is where I attach my straps. I attach them to the both ends, so I can tie this to the back, I can tie this to the sides if I want to. And I attached my sleeve. Just in case you need a detailed video on how to attach sleeves, please let me know. And if you need videos on how to draft out your different sleeves, please let me know. So guys, I was actually past my upload time and I couldn't add the aftermath of this dress to this tutorial, but I'm definitely going to upload that in my YouTube shorts. I promise to do that. But this is what this shirt looks like. So don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And I'm going to tell you also, please share my videos because this helps YouTube to recommend my videos to other channel as well.